in order to solve this equation, again, we're going to factor. So we're going to take the factors of negative 18 and do a product sum chart. So off to the side, we're going to do our product sum chart. We're going to look at all the ways to multiply to get negative 18, which is negative 1 and positive 18, positive 1 and negative 18, 2 and negative 9, negative 2 and positive 9, negative 3 and 6, and 3 and negative 6. Those are the ways to multiply to get the negative 18. But now I need to figure out which one of those is going to create the negative 7. Well, if I look at this one right here, and I combine those together, I'm going to get a negative 7. So that's the ones that I want to use. So I create this, and I do x plus 2, because 2 is positive over here. And I'm going to get x minus 9, because of the minus 9 over here. So I have my factors. Now, once I have them factored, I need to multiply those together to get 0. Well, in order to get multiply to get 0, one of these two factors has to end up being 0. So what I do is I say, how can x plus 2 equal to 0? I make it happen, and I set it equal to 0. I also ask myself, how do I get x minus 9 to become 0? Well, I make it happen. X minus 9 equals 0. So then I solve this equation, and I get x equals negative 2. I then solve this equation by adding 9 to both sides, and I get x equals 9. So my answer would be x equals negative 2 and 9. And that would be your final answer. So we're going to look at one more example, how to solve this one. So again, factors of 24 that have a product and sum to equal negative 10. So to make it a little quicker, I'm going to do negative 6 and negative 4. Negative 6 times negative 4 is positive 24. And when I add them together, I'm going to get negative 10. So then I get x minus 6 and x minus 4 equals 0. Remember, the parentheses are not important on which one comes first, if it's the minus 6 or the minus 4. Now, once I have them multiplied together as factors, I set each factor equal to 0, so that whenever I multiply, if x minus 6 ends up being 0, then everything on the left side will end up being 0. So now I solve this equation, and I get x equals 6, and I solve this equation, and I get x equals 4. The reason I get that is because I have to add this 6 to both sides, and I get x equals 6. I have to add this 4 to both sides, and I get x equals 4. So my answer is x equals 6 and 4. And that would be your two answers.